Hello everybody, Jordan Lorenz, Mike Martin here on the broadcast tonight as the Sheboygan A's play host to the West Allis Nationals. We do have to apologize, it's just a one-camera setup tonight, so this is the shot you'll be getting through and through during our ball game as the A's look to rebound from their loss last night. Marty, real quick before we get started,
Well,
I wasn't
got a
here.
question before you keep going here.
Go.
You weren't here last night. We had two cameras. What'd you break?
There's they are using it for bingo, I was told.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, cray.
I was going to ask, what was the deal last night? A's couldn't get some hits, could they?
They were not into the ball game like they needed to be, and this Andrew Nye pitched a really nice game for them. He went 7 innings and just totally shut down the A's.
That'll do it. I saw they had at least 13 strikeouts in the ball game. The A's got struck out 13 times, so not a good number here as we go over the West Allis Nationals lineup. DJ Hess will be doing the pitching for them. We actually saw him pitch against us right here at Wildwood Park a few games ago when the A's and Nationals went at it. As for the West Allis lineup, they'll be leading it off with Aaron Gex, Logan Raidman, Alex Elliott, he's their DH in the 3-hole. 00 Jacob Kaiser, first baseman, is batting cleanup. Noah Armstrong, Brian Hutzinger, Peter Torelli, Dalton Mason, and Tristan Ellis makes up the lineup for the Nationals. As we take a look at the A's defensively, it'll be Noah Emery doing the pitching for Sheboygan, and behind the plate you saw make the throw to second is Justin Schnell. Other than that, at first base is Jimmy Jurgensen. Sometimes he's the DH, but tonight it's actually Cooper Gussie in the 9-hole. We'll talk about that as we move forward in the game. Ross Christ is over at second, and at third base is Harry Stelt. We've seen Harry play a lot of third base, and also we now know that Jacob Neese has gone down with an injury, and he'll be out the rest of the year. So another very unfortunate situation for Sheboygan. Other than that, at shortstop is Joey Pettit, and then Gus Walker, Jonathan Kim, and Jacoby Andreas left to right in the outfield. First pitch comes in, and it just missed for a ball.
We had a couple of ejections last night. Tim Moyer getting ejected by the home plate umpire. And T.J. Roberts for the other team got thrown out. He is a former Sheboygan A. But
yeah, I was going to say he's actually on the A's roster, too, as there's a crackback foul. They got a weather report for us here as we start.
Weather report, 70 degrees at game time.
Beautiful.
The skies are clear. Virtually no breeze. Our umpires, we have Paul Grauman doing home. And on the bases is Al Hochmuth. A couple of experienced, good umpires.
Trying to bunt for a single is Aaron Gex. Harry Stelt couldn't bare-hand it over at third. He's not used to making those plays, and that's a bunt single here to start. Not the ideal way the A's wanted to get this ball game going, as Noah Emery now, he's going to have to look to fight back here with one on and no out. Take a look at the line here for Noah Emery. This is his 8th appearance. He started in 5 of those 8 games. He's given up 2 home runs on the year. On Tuesday night, we saw 4 home runs given up in the doubleheader. Emery now working, and this is his 28th inning pitched. He has allowed now 25 hits, 19 runs, and 15 of those 19 are earned. And he has a 24-14 strikeout to walk ratio, and he's coming into the ball game with a 4.82 ERA. Strike evens up the count at 1. Aaron Gex on first base, as it's Logan Raidman now at the plate. It is the lefty with a bunt single that Harry Stelt couldn't come up with cleanly, and takes low. Somehow able to lay off it, makes it 2-1. Absolutely beautiful night here in Sheboygan as the A's are in State League action for the first time this week. They've got a State League doubleheader coming up. There's Harry, chance to make up for it. Over to Ross Christ, and the throw to first. Not going to be in time, so reaching on a fielder's choice is Logan Raidman. However, the first out of the game is recorded for Sheboygan.
Good play by Harry to make sure that lead out not hit quite hard enough to turn the double play, but getting that lead runner is important.
Ross Christ also had a little bit of difficulty getting it out of his glove, but even if he did right out of the gate, I don't think they would have had him. Here comes Alex Elliott, the DH, another lefty here in the lineup for West Allis. First pitch swinging, and it clocks back foul. Could have been dangerous if it stayed fair and got down the first base line.
I think Alex Elliott is the son of the manager, Steve Elliott.
You would be correct. Next pitch from Emery. It's a good one at that. Strike. He's ahead 0-2.
Emery, a big kid, throws pretty hard. He can be pretty dominating if he's on.
Interesting stance from Elliott. Definitely different as he clocks it back foul. Very low. Bends the knees. That is that lead foot way in front of him. And left it inside. First ball of the at-bat makes it 1-2. Emery's got some pitches to waste on Alex Elliott if he wants to do so. Chose to go inside there. Jacob.
Infield is deep for Sheboygan.
Anytime you say that, I don't have to worry about switching the camera because that's what they're seeing all night.
Right.
It's weird not having my finger on the button. Count evens up at 2. Jacob Kaiser on deck. Good old 0-0. Runner going, and there's a liner trying to get that lead runner, but somehow able to get back in time was Joey Pettit. He was heading over to second base as that was a stolen base. He'll get to second regardless, but that could have been dangerous if Pettit was a little bit further to his left.
Well, that's a really good play by Joey to be able to stop and reverse course. Like you said, he's heading over to second to take the throw on the steal attempt, but he's a pretty flexible, agile guy and was able to make the adjustment.
Not easy to do. He made it look a lot easier than it is, especially lean back across his body with that glove on his left hand. So now on second base is Aaron Gex, and Emery's going to step off as Jacob Kaiser is at the plate.
Yeah, I was watching Rodman over at first with his dancing around, doing his best imitation of Jackie Robinson. But going back to last night's game, Kewaskum was going wild on the base paths. They had 7 stolen bases last night. We're going to have to do a better job of holding runners tonight if we want to be successful. It was a great stop by Schnell.
It's a 1-1 count. Justin Schnell, one of those catchers we've mentioned time and time again for the A's. They need him. They played 2 games Monday, a game yesterday, a game here today, and they got 2 more coming up Saturday. They do have
Becky was the catcher last night.
1-2. Emery's 1 strike away from getting out of it. Last time I remember Noah Emery pitching was in that rain game against Green Bay. Oh, rung him up on the outside corner. Emery gets away with one, and the A's will take it as this game is tied at 0 going to the bottom half of the first.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. You serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
DJ Hess doing the pitching. There we go. I got the camera all figured out. Don't worry about it. All right. DJ Hess doing the pitching. And the A's lineup looks like this. Gus Walker will be leading off. Ross Christ to second. Jonathan Kim third. Harry Stout in the cleanup position. Pretty similar lineup what we've seen this week for the A's. Jacoby Andreas, Jimmy Jurgensen, Joey Pettit, Justin Schnell, and Cooper Gussie, the DH in the 9-hole. And we'll take a look at DJ Hess coming into the ball game. We know he pitched against us on June 30th, so not too long ago, where the A's were able to win that game here at home. Hess pitched 5 innings in the contest. He did not get the loss. However, he gave up 3 runs, all of which were earned. He gave up 6 hits in those 5 innings, struck out 5, walked just 1, but gave up a home run, and that was a Ross Christ home run in the 5th inning. So thank you for getting that out. See, it wasn't too difficult.
Last night's game, Andrew Nye, we had mentioned this earlier, went 7 really strong innings, striking out 11. But the night before when they brought in the left-hander, all of our left-handed batters got on. Nye, a left-hander last night, really befuddled our left-handed hitters. Gus Walker was 0 for 5. Ross Christ was 0 for 4.
Jeez.
Kim did have a nice night, 2 for 4, but there's just a couple of
There's
singles.
a base hit.
Jurgensen was 1 for 4. He hit his home run off a right-hander, and I'll tell you, that was a bomb.
Was it?
It was to the left of the light pole out there by the scoreboard, but it was gone.
Complete no-doubter.
Complete no-doubter.
Both teams get a lead-off single. Aaron Gex did it for West Dallas. Gus Walker now does it for Sheboygan as it's Ross Christ up to the plate. And he takes a ball down low.
We'll leave these out here for you.
You never know if we need him again. DJ Hess doing the pitching for West Dallas. It'll be Dalton Mason catching for Hess as that ball's fouled back off. Jacob Kaiser's at first. Logan Raidman at second. Peter Torelli at third. Playing short is Tristan Ellis. And then outfield is Noah Armstrong, Aaron Gex, and Brian Hutzinger.
Joey Pettit hit his first home run of the season last night out to left field.
Good to see. That's where they were all carrying on Tuesday night.
I think at that point it was only 4-1. We were looking for a comeback, but which never came about.
Sadly did not, but Gus Walker gets a steal. He was actually running on the pitch regardless, and Dalton Mason made it a lot easier as he could stroll into second base, and now runner on second in scoring position for Sheboygan, who is sitting at 11-11 in the Wisconsin State League. Meanwhile, West Dallas is 14-8. The A's have handed West Dallas 2 of those 8 losses. It's a 2-2 as the series, so the winner takes this one as he swings through, and that is strike 3 to Ross Christ. Lombard still leading the way in the State League by a healthy margin. They're 17-3. A's beat Lombard in that weekend series, so they handed Lombard one of their 3 losses. Burlington is 15-7. The A's in Burlington doing battle here at Wildwood Park. 5 o'clock doubleheader coming up on Saturday. That'll be our salute to service night. Tonight is golf night at the ballpark. A lot of golf-themed games as Kim. Oh, they're going to throw to third, and they got him. Great play by Tristan Ellis to look over to Peter Torelli and get the lead runner. Gus Walker thought he could stretch it, but he could not, and Kim will reach on a fielder's choice.
Yeah, that was a base running mistake by Walker when that ball is hit that towards third base side of the fielder. You know, it's just such an easy pick it up and do a little flip over to the third baseman.
I'm assuming he thought it was going to get through the infield, but that was not the case. Instead, it's the second out of the inning for the Northwoods cleanup hitter, Harry Stelt.
You got to think that Jonathan Kim will be running early in the count, trying to get in scoring position.
He's got a few stolen bases this year, to say the least. He's been a real great asset to the squad. 11 stolen bases. It's him and Gus Walker tied with that mark.
Denny Moyer, that is, was mentioning about he likes the different aspects of his play to the Sheboygan A's.
And that gets through the infield. See if Kim goes to third or if he holds up at second. He does, and he'll get back in time. But it's a Harry Stelt single, second hit in the inning for the A's.
Well, we of course know this from watching all the games. Kim is a fast runner, a very good hitter. A great outfielder. And all those kinds of things help to endear you with the fans and the general manager.
Especially when he's fresh out of high school going to the University of Michigan next season. So big things ahead for Jonathan Kim. As it's now Andreas pops this one back to center, and it'll be Aaron Geck's ball to catch, and indeed he does. No score here through the first inning. A's lead the hit battle, though. They're ahead 2-1.
In the car. With free pickup, you can. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Top of the second, here we come. And Wildwood Park, as it's a tie ball game, 0-0. Noah Emery getting ready to do battle against Noah Armstrong, Brian Hutzinger, and Peter Torelli.
Armstrong wearing his socks old style.
Oh, yeah.
The stirrup up there and the
Harry did that the other
stripes
night.
around the leg on those socks.
Another lefty as well in the West Dallas lineup. As that ball bounces in past Schnell. That's kind of awesome. I'm biased towards J names. Doesn't count.
Armstrong in that June 30th game had a couple of hits, 2 for 5 with an RBI.
That's not good.
He appeared in the other game that we have a record of, but he only came to bat once that night.
Just missed there. That'll make the count 2-1. Emery going to have to work a little harder to try and get Armstrong out. And he fouls it back. That'll make it a bit easier here as the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Number 22 at the plate in the second inning. Is that Deuces Wild?
No.
No?
Not yet.
Fine. There's
That's
a
an
ball
out.
to Kim, and it is going to
Ooh.
drop.
Thought he was going to catch it.
Yeah, I
Seemed
thought
like it hung up there long enough.
I figured it was going to drop when I saw him not moving.
Yeah. Those are hard to judge.
Oh, yeah.
And I think if he read it off the bat right away, he would have had maybe a diving catch. But
It's risky then, too.
yes,
You know,
and
that's
and
the
like
problem.
They're hard to judge.
Because even if you run up on it and you're somehow able to get it off a bounce, you never know what the bounce is going to be. That took a very high hop, so that thing could have went over Kim. Could have been 2 or 3 bases for all we know.
Keep the double play in order, right?
Yes, exactly. You can give up a base hit. That's no problem. Get a double play, make up for it. Brian Hutzinger and gets through the first base line. It's a fair ball. And are they going to send the runner is the question. They're going to hold him up at third, so it's runners on second and third. Somehow that ball stayed fair, and Brian Hutzinger has himself a double. Runners on second and third for West Dallas with no one out.
Boy, that could have been interesting if they'd have sent him.
I thought they were going to. That ball was deep in left.
Yeah, and I thought he
or
could have
right.
scored too. But, well, Elliott's probably figuring, hey, we got runners on second and third and nobody out.
That's
Why take
exactly
any
what I was
chances?
thinking. Why waste it now and why push it when you got no one out?
The one thing that was a little concerning with the hit is Noah Emery was very slow. Matter of fact, he never really got into a good backup position where the pitcher should be behind the catcher in foul territory. Oh, yeah, he didn't
Yes.
hustle at all on one of those.
That was that Green Bay game. They gave up the 5th run. It was 6-4 at the time. And a ball down low. Nothing against the arm of Jacoby Andreas out there and right, but I certainly would have sent the runner, but probably the smart decision to hold him up with no one out, as we said. That ball out of your sight at home, but that was deep towards the foul pole. And that one is going to be hit back foul to make the count 1-2 to Peter Torelli. See what Emery can do. See if he can get out of the jam. Last thing the A's want to do is get behind and lose back-to-back. Thought he was going to ring him up with the inside pitch, but didn't. 2-2.
Yeah, just off the inside corner. Nice pitch by Emery. Just missing.
Very, very close pitch as here he deals on 2-2, and that's a little bouncing ball. Runner going to be sent home, and they'll just throw it over to first. An RBI ground out for Peter Torelli. 1-0 game here in the top half of the second.
Once the ball got past the pitcher, you knew a run was going to score. If
absolutely.
Emery could have flagged it down, he might have had a play at the plate, but good decision by Elliott to send that runner.
And a good decision by Ross to go to first base as well. Get that one out. Now there's a runner on third. Base is close to being empty, and that runner will be sent right about now. It's a 2-0 ball game off back-to-back RBIs. One was a ground out, one was a single. Dalton Mason, welcome to the game.
Nice base hit by Mason.
Tristan Ellis, the 9-hitter, up next. Another lefty. This is a very left-handed heavy lineup for West Dallas. And there's still just one out in the inning, but a double play from Emery can get it out, and the A's can get some runs and have his back.
It's interesting, in these first two games, Mason's name doesn't appear at all.
Alrighty. Don't know a whole lot about him then, but he's doing the catching. We know that. He's taking a nice healthy lead at first base as well. Going to bunt him over, but that one's foul, even it up at 1-1. Maybe they think that Harry Stout can't really cover up those bunts, so they're going to try and go right back at him.
Harry talking to Steve Elliott. Maybe he's complaining about trying to push those bunts down the third base line.
Don't do that. Don't bunt towards me. And just missed outside to make it 2-1.
Harry, even with the bag now, the shortstop and second baseman are deep, looking to turn the double play. Jimmy holding the runner at first.
And now the runner's going to second, swing and a miss. Good throw, and didn't get him in time. Safe. Schnell couldn't have done a whole lot better there. It was just Dalton Mason showing off those wheels, and he steals second here in the top half.
It's been a bad inning for Emery, giving up 3 hits and 2 runs, and now a stolen base.
Gave up 2 singles and a double, and taking a big lead towards third is Mason.
Yeah, he didn't do a good job at checking him before he threw the pitch. He might have caught Mason a little off guard, you know, in the fact that he got such a big lead, and then he had just stopped. If he'd have kept going, obviously he'd have just walked into third.
Yeah, he was basically halfway there. And the inside pitch makes the count 3-2. It is full to Tristan Ellis with Aaron Gex, the one-hitter. Coming up next, he singled to lead off this game. That was that bunt single towards Harry Stout. Emery basically made quick work of the top half of the order as this ball's hit and should be in fair territory. Never mind, that'll drop back out of play.
Just a little bit off on that.
A little bit. I lose it once it gets up there. It's way gone. The way Andreas was running towards
go-to guys
it.
are the outfielders. Whenever the ball's hit, I immediately look at the outfielder, see what they're doing, because it's been hard for me to track the ball also.
He took 2 steps and then he gave up. So, and there's another foul ball.
Still 3-2, boy. A strikeout would be real nice here.
Pitch count rising here in the second. See what Emery can deal up on the full count. And now runner going to third. Throw not in time. He's safe. So he did ring him up, though. There was a strikeout, got the second out of the inning, but the big key is Dalton Mason stealing first to second and then stealing second to third.
What Emery wants to do is change his rhythm on his pitching. You know, if you're doing it the same way over and over and over again, the base runner gets a feel for that, and he knows when to break. If you can change that up a little bit and make it uncomfortable for the runner, then it's going to be more difficult to steal a base.
Especially in a 7-pitch at bat like that, you have a whole lot of time to figure things out.
The main thing is changing up your, how you're coming to the plate and that. You got to make it a little more uncomfortable for the runner. And we didn't do a good job of that last night.
That ball is going to just bounce foul, thankfully for the A's. Otherwise, it would have been a third run coming across the board.
Remember that one ball game when the ball rolled right down the line and it was hugging the line and hugging the line? It got about 3/4 of the way down. All of a sudden, it rolled towards the infield grass.
Yes.
There's just nothing you can do. It's so helpless.
That was Harry Steld over there. He kind of just moved back on it, let it go, and it stayed fair somehow. It's a 1-1 count to Aaron Gax. He's 1 for 1 so far. He's got Dalton Mason on third. Credit to Mason for getting there himself. Big swing and a miss. Ticked it back, fouled and stay in the glove of Chanel, but now Emery's 1 strike away from getting out of it.
2 runs are in already, and they, with 2 outs, have a runner on third. You don't want to get down too far.
Emery deals and left it way inside. Emery's been missing in there tonight.
It's one thing you like to see from your pitchers. A lot of times pitchers are afraid to go inside. You know, they seem to keep everything away from the batter, but Emery not worried about working that inside corner.
Maybe it's something about the lefties. There's a big swing and a miss. Emery able to get it out of it. 2 runs come in for West Dallas. That's the story here through 1.5 as the A's find themselves trailing 2-0.
Every single second, every minute, every hour, all the whole year through.
It is intense right here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say, when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
It'll be Jimmy Jurgensen, Joey Pettit, and Justin Schnell. Hopefully a few more coming across the board here for Sheboygan in the bottom half as Noah Emery gives up 2 earned runs on 3 hits in the top half of that second inning.
I was looking at the score sheets from our previous games. In the June 2nd game, Jacob Kaiser, tonight's first baseman, was the catcher. In that June 30th game, Alex Elliott was the catcher. He just got done warming up the pitcher for the start of the next inning, Hess. And then, of course, tonight we've got the kid we haven't seen in any of the batting orders or lineups, this Dalton Mason.
He's proven to be a threat so far as the ball goes down to second base, and we'll be ready for Jimmy Jurgensen. Thankfully for the A's, Mason got held up at third because he stole 2 bases, and he was primed and ready to make his way home.
Jimmy had a lot of trouble with the left-hander last night, but as soon as the right-hander came in, he he liked that. He hit a really long home run. Nick Rosenthal was the victim of that home run for Kewaskum. So Jimmy still got the stroke.
Sounds like an umpire name, isn't it?
Nick Rosenthal?
Yeah. I swear we had an ump name that one time or something close.
Not in our games, I don't think.
Jurgensen.
Rosie stopped up here before the game. I don't know what he was checking on, but seemed like a real nice fella.
Good to hear, as it's 0-2 right away to Jimmy.
That's the other thing that seemed to happen to a lot of our hitters last night. They always were, by the second pitch, they were already down 2-0, and it just seemed like it happened to so many batters. You know, and then you're always fighting from behind.
The 1-2 pitch from Hess. Jimmy gets a crack on this one. Will be dropping. I think it will in the glove of the left fielder coming in. Noah Armstrong. Hat falls off in the process. He made quite the effort to run all the way from left to get a hold of that one. Tough break for Jimmy.
The way the shortstop and the center fielder went after the ball, I thought for sure it was going to drop in for a hit, but Armstrong came out of nowhere to make the catch.
Tristan Ellis did all he could to run from shortstop way back there, and then as you said, it was just boom, Armstrong was there. This will bring up Joey Pettit. Shortstop, number 25 for Sheboygan, takes ball 1 to start the AB.
Pettit had a couple of walks his first 2 times up, then he hit that home run. He was 1 for 2 in the ball game last night. The other thing, I don't know that I mentioned it, but we talked about their lackadaisical play last night. They had 5 errors last night.
The A's did?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Not going to win a game like that. They had as many errors as they did hits. They had 5 hits in that game.
Yep.
That's not a recipe for winning, to say the very least. Thankfully, it really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, as the A's have already clinched the NEW League, but still, you don't really want to lose like that. You're allowed to have your off days, have an off night, but it still doesn't sit well when you got to play a tough West Dallas team who the A's have barely scraped by in this. Oh, nearly hit that truck. So close.
Pettit doing a nice job of hanging in.
On the 2-2, Pettit swing and a miss, dropped third strike, and he will be thrown out. Made it a little more difficult than he had to. Dalton Mason with a high throw as Pettit jogged his way towards first and gets thrown out.
I like the way Mason, picked the ball up and then stepped to the infield side of the line to clear the base runner, and then when he still almost made a bad throw.
Still almost
did everything right except
almost
he got
airmailed
the
it.
out.
If Joey Pettit's sprinting there, you never know what could have happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Justin Schnell will be up here as the catcher takes ball 1 outside. A's had 2 hits in that first inning, left hitless here in the second, as DJ Hess just recorded his second strikeout of the ball game. And another outside pitch. Schnell doesn't like those. He's ahead 2-0. I like the placement from Hess. He's just missing a little too far into that righty batter box. And takes strike on the inside corner. Thought about it but held up. It's now 2-1. See if Cooper Gussie's able to make his way into the batter's box here this inning, as it's a 3-1 count. Things are looking good for the DH. See what Schnell gets on the 3-1. What does Hess throw his way? Left it inside.
That was way off the money.
Yeah, if a runner's on base, they would have been advancing, and that's one of those where Schnell could kind of stretch it out for 2 if you want, but absolutely not here. He'll get on base with the walk. First walk of the game for either side.
We run into that old, I don't know if it's a bugaboo or not, but the DH in the 9th spot. We've seen that several times this year.
It's an interesting choice. Swing and a miss on strike 1. My favorite game was when both teams had the DH in the 9-hole.
Right.
To me, defeats the purpose of the DH, but obviously they know a lot more strategy and have that thought process down. Schnell holds up at first. It's a 1-1 count. 2 outs in the inning for Cooper. See if the A's can get Gus Walker to the plate with 2 on. And a little crack. Umpire's got to go down on all 4s, and it's an easy out thrown to second base. But my goodness, got to love it from our base umpire here tonight. We'll head to the 3rd inning with the score remaining 2-0.
We're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Two innings complete. Here we are finding ourselves in the 3rd inning as Aaron Gex recorded the last out. It was a strikeout to bring up number 6, Logan Raidman. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the 1st inning. Didn't end up scoring though. No runs came in the 1st. It was 2 runs that came in the top half of the 2nd if you're just joining us. Emory gave up 3 hits and 2 earned runs in the top half of the 2nd. A's couldn't answer. They had 2 hits in the 1st, none in the 2nd.
One thing you'd like to see Noah do a little better with is not allowing so many base hits. West Dallas has 4 hits through 2 innings.
A lot of contact they're making.
Rodman reached on a fielder's choice his first time. So not a big target up there, little guy.
Little guy.
You'd think he'd draw a lot of walks.
It's the littlest of guys and the biggest guys that do, it seems. Harry Stelt, he draws a whole lot of walks. Think he still leads the team.
I believe he was. I looked at that the other day.
Oh, by a wide margin. He's got 35, and then Ross Christ has 28.
Okay, that's wide enough.
I'd say 7. Takes a long time to get 7 walks. It's a 2-0 count after Emory doesn't get the benefit of the doubt, and that one's framed well. Strike 1. We hope you're enjoying the one-camera setup here tonight. We'll have trivia coming our way. We'll do that in a little bit, inning or 2 from now.
Tonight.
We do have a good question. We actually had a same question from last night. Can't do that.
No.
And
sometimes you got to make that little bit of a mistake so you're scrambling. It gives you a little more inspiration.
Exactly. Gives you something to do here. There's a walk to Raidman to bring up Alex Elliott. Elliott grounded out to Pettit in the 1st inning. Would love to see him do that here and turn it into a double play. Nice big lead for Logan over at first as there's a strike. Got the outside call.
Well, that's not good to get that leadoff hitter on either.
It's actually the 3rd inning in a row where it happened. Check down back to first.
That's a good job of keeping the runner close. You know, they were running like me crazy those the last half inning.
Adam Gex singled to lead off the 1st. Noah Armstrong singled to lead off the 2nd. And now Logan gets on base with a walk here in the 3rd. First hitter has reached first base in every single inning so far.
I was just looking up the career marks for the Sheboygan A's, and Gene Mand leads the ball club with 588 walks.
Holy cow.
That's over a 25-year career.
That'll do it.
I thought the leader was going to be Dave Gare. He's second on the list. He has 518 walks. Dave was very good. He took a lot of pitches and really worked the hitters, the pitchers to try and get a walk.
That's 23 and a half walks a year for Gene. I just did the math, so.
Yeah, and Dave played, I believe, maybe 19 years. I'm not sure if he quite made 20.
What was his number? I'll do the math. 315?
Yes, he had 518 walks in, let's just say 20 years.
25.9, so basically 26 walks a year.
Yeah.
Harry Stelt right now is at 35, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games left to play in the regular season. There's the base hit. Gonna drop out in right field on a full count, and it's runners on first and second with no one out. Emery might be finding himself in a jam once again.
I mentioned at the start of the inning what we'd like to see Noah do is prevent West Allis from getting so many hits. Well, and he accomplishes that, but he walks the guy, and now he gives up another hit. So
on a full count, no less, so get the pitch count even higher, as here comes Jacob Kaiser, who struck out looking.
Yes, not a good start.
We haven't seen Eric Schmitz pitch in a while, have we? He doing all right?
I heard he might be hurt.
Oh, boy, this ball hit back into right field. Scoreboard territory, it's gone. 3-run shot for Jacob Kaiser. He wears 00 on his back. He adds 3 runs to the contest, and it's a 5-0 ball game as Noah Emery gives up his 3rd long ball of the season.
Let's see if Kaiser did anything spectacular the first game. He was 1 for 5 in that first game and 1 for 4 with a double the other game. This is a little uncharacteristic for Jacob, but he did it. Got the home run.
That's all that matters.
I didn't like the way Ross was going back on that ball, or Jacoby Andreas was going back on that ball right from the beginning.
Kind of lazy on it.
Well, not that so much. It just you knew it was going to be trouble.
Exactly. That's why you aren't going to put in the effort if you know that ball's out of here. Right above the Bud Light sign out in right field. It's a 5-0 ball game. Oh, boy. Are we going to see back-to-back moving on it? And it should be caught actually a lot shallower than I thought that one was going to be as Armstrong flies out. Give him an F9 for the first out of the inning. Got to feel good for Emery. Hutzinger had himself a nice double, which we thought was going to score a run back in the second inning, but it didn't.
Yeah, it went the opposite way, got by Jimmy, and rolled all the way to the corner. But probably a smart move by Elliott, like we mentioned, to not get that first out at home plate.
They're up 5-0, so it's hard to argue it was a bad call.
Well, I was thinking at the time it was no score, and
Yes.
those 2 runners did wind up scoring anyway, so it was a real good decision.
It's a 5-0 ball game and a 1-1 count here to Armstrong. It just missed was Emery. 6 hits here already in 2 1/3 innings. A's fell behind early in yesterday's contest. Ooh, gets the low strike call, 2-2.
We were talking about walks before, Jordan. I'm looking at the single season offensive leaders, and in the walk category, I'll give you that after this pitch.
Let's see here on the 2-2. Emery, can he get him through the infield? Ooh, took 2 bat hops actually, but it will be thrown out. Nice little ground out there by Joey Pettit, able to stay on it. All right, let's hear it.
In 1985, Dave Gare drew 60 walks in one season.
Holy cow.
Then he's second on the list with 49 walks in one season. And he's also on
That's
the list
back-to-back
as the number
seasons.
4 leader for seasons with 43.
That's all in 3 years.
In between there, Tom Gardner had 48. Well, he set the record in 85. He had 49 in 84 and drew 43 in 87.
So 4 years.
But my point is Dave drew a lot of walks And I believe I saw his name near the top of the list for career on-base percentage.
Sounds about right. And that was also back in the day where you actually had to throw, if they are going to intentionally walk them for some reason, you actually had to throw the 4 pitches. Not like nowadays where you can just say you're walking them. It's a 1-2 count to Peter Torelli. Had an RBI ground out back in the second. No one to score here but himself. 2 outs in the inning, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That 3-run homer was a real killer. Down 2 runs, you can get that back easy enough. 5 down, you're going to have to do some work.
See what the A's can do in the bottom half of the third, but not quite yet as that one's clocked back foul out in left
Good part of
field.
the order to start that comeback bid with the 1, 2, and 3 hitters. But Hess has been pretty good so far.
Hess has been great, as he was in that first game before the A's got to him a little later. Ball down low, Emery finds himself in another full count, I think the third of the inning.
You may have mentioned this earlier, but Sheboygan comes in tonight with an 11-11 one-loss record in the state league.
And Jonathan Kim territory to catch it? Yes, indeed he does. All right, we survived the top half of the third, but not before a 3-run shot from Jacob Kaiser opens it up a little bit more. It's 5-0 as we head to the bottom half.
Never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always
My
have...
back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things
Yes, yes, things.
are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
Please be quiet.
listen, you hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Top of the lineup, as Marty said, to end the second inning, or end the top half of the third, I should say. It's Walker, Christ, and Kim coming up here in the bottom half of the third. A's looking to get 2 more hits and get some runs out of it as well, like they did in the first inning. But they didn't get the run part that big now. They need a few runs.
Gus got a single his first time up, and he stole second base. But then he ran into an out on a ground ball to the shortstop.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because who knows what could have happened then in that first inning. Kind of back in that first inning the other night with the Harry Stelt ground rule double. Swing, first pitch, got it down the third base line. Extra bases for sure as he rounds his way towards second, and he'll get in easily. Helmet came off in the process, but Gus Walker is now 2 for 2 here tonight with a double. Got right past Peter Torelli. Nothing he could do there.
Walker with his 12th double of the season.
I think he leads the team.
I think no. Ross Christ had 7. He's got 18.
18.
Christ
All
has
right.
18.
All right. I'm not even close then. That's who I was thinking of. Get them mixed up. They're the 1-2 in the order. They're right there next to each other. Here comes Ross Christ. He was a part of one of the 2 strikeouts DJ Hess has had, both of those swinging. Chris went down on strikes back in the first, takes the ball outside.
I mentioned left-handers had a lot of trouble with Andrew Nye of Kewaskum. Ross was 0 for 4, but he didn't. Ross just didn't look himself last night, and some of that, of course, does have to do with the pitching. But hopefully he can get himself going with this at bat.
I was just going to say, hopefully it doesn't turn into a whole weekend slump or a week-long slump or
There's
anything
a lot of
like
games
that.
coming up. We can
I
hear
know.
that.
That's the problem. See what he does here. All ahead, 2-0. Takes a hold of that one, and that will be center fielder's ball, and Aaron Gex gets the read on it. No chance of tagging, and he'll throw it back to the second baseman. But it's a simple fly out for Ross Christ.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy out.
About as easy as it gets a can of corn, they say, as Jonathan Kim comes up here next to the plate, the lefty.
Sheboygan has a doubleheader on Saturday against Burlington with a 5 o'clock start, and then they're off Sunday. Then they travel to Menasha on Monday. Next home game will be next week, Tuesday, when they play Green Bay, and then they're also home Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that finishes out our season.
Menasha actually beat Appleton last night. I don't know if you saw that or not. Menasha beat Appleton 7-2, so now Menasha 2-9. Appleton 4-6, which is a big surprise knowing how dominant they've been the past few years.
When I mentioned to Denny during our broadcast last night, I was surprised to see that we've been in that league since 2004, and this is the first time we won the championship.
Won it pretty early, too, which is good to see.
His first comment was, yeah, it's really hard to beat Appleton. Or, pardon me, it's really hard to beat Menasha because Menasha has a bunch of
it's Appleton and Menasha, yeah, and now they're the two bottom teams.
Yeah, those were the two best teams for years, and they're struggling this season.
Yeah, foul ball by Kim. Appleton has won the league 8 times. Menasha has won the league 7, and Manitowoc actually won it 3 times as well, so they're out of the league. They won it twice, yeah. They won it in 2012 and 2010, so it's pretty crazy. Kim hits this one foul as well as the battle continues, and he's down 0-2.
Yeah, Kim just taking that kind of swing that means they're going to stay alive for another pitch.
I mean, you go back in the NEW League, Menasha won it from 2013 to 2017. Appleton won it in 18 and 19 and 21. They didn't crown a champion in 2020. Takes a ball down low, but that's dominance right there. Now the A's get a hold of it in 2022, their first time winning the league.
And then you think all of those championships by those 4 teams in that league pale in comparison to Lombard and the dominance they've had in the state league.
Absolutely ridiculous what Lombard has been able to do. Kim on the 1-2. There's a bouncing ball. Can he get there in time? It goes out of the glove. They're going to send the run. No, going to hold him up. Holding up Gus Walker at third. Oh, boy. The A's faithful not too happy as that's going to be an error against, was that the second baseman or shortstop?
Shortstop.
Error, E6 against Tristan Ellis. Runners on the corners with 1 out for Harry Stelt. Still a 0 on the board for Sheboygan after Walker got held up at third. It's not Tim Moyer over there at third.
I don't necessarily disagree with that decision.
The problem is West Allis didn't know where the ball was. It came out of their glove, and then 2 players were looking around for it.
That wasn't the issue. It's the issue with the runner. The runner, you know, where there was some indecision by him and he stopped, and then at that point to get going again, that's what makes it tentative because
the problem was he had the stop sign, then he had the go sign, and then he got stopped again before he could get his momentum.
Right.
So
if you just wheel him around right away, he probably would have scored very easily.
Harry Stelt behind 0-2. Kim going to second. He will make it there. Another stolen base for Jonathan Kim on the season. Now runners on second and third makes it a bit easier with 1 out.
Harry with an excellent opportunity to increase his lead in the RBI department and get Sheboygan 2 runs closer.
Here we go. DJ Hess trying not to give up any runs and still, he wanted it, but he held off somehow, and it's 2-2. That one was borderline.
Harry leads the team this year with 34 RBIs. Right behind him with 32 is Ross Christ.
Christ 0 for 2 here tonight. Harry still at 1 for 1. It's a 2-2 count. He's got a chance to make it 36 RBIs. Maybe even 37 if he goes long. Holds off. Count is full. What was an 0-2 is now 3-2.
Good stop by the Nationals catcher.
Dalton Mason doing a heck of a job behind there. Otherwise, no doubt about it, Walker would have came in to score. Here we go, full count. DJ Hess to Harry Stelt. And it'll be down the first base line and caught. Wow, what a line out.
That was tough.
If that one gets by, it's 2 runs easily coming aboard, but instead, Jacob Kaiser says, and it's the second out of the inning. Andreas
Toby's
flew
now gonna
out to
have
end the
clutch
first
up.
inning. He's got the whole AB to work and get those runners across the plate, and that is a ball 1. A's got their 3rd hit of the game here in this inning. That was the leadoff man, Gus Walker, doing so with his double on the third baseline. Harry nearly had himself a ball down the first baseline. 2-0 is the count here.
Waiting on deck is Jimmy Jurgensen. Like to get Jimmy up with the bases loaded.
Andreas takes a close one outside. That'll be 2-1 now. Not an ideal 2-0 pitch to swing at.
You're not going to do much with that pitch. You want to wait for something that's over the plate or a little bit inside. Get a good rip at it.
See what Hess gives him on a 2-1. Gave him a heater down the middle. And he was a little below it on the barrel. Folded back off the netting. Now it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on.
Walker on at third and Kim on at second. Couple of fast runners. Kim should be able to score if we get a hit to the outfield.
The pitch, swing, and just barely got a piece of it off the barrel to stay live. Retrieving that one is Jimmy Jurgensen, as you can see on your screen. Jackson the bat boy, he didn't want that one. He's going to stay put. Here we go, 2-2. Part 2. Hess nods and deals, and that one towards center field going to be caught easily. Barely had to move was Aaron Gex. And it's back-to-back F8s. Flying out to center is Jacoby Andreas. He is the second out for his second time. Score remains 5-0 as the A's leave 2 stranded.
Authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Are you serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
It's the oh-so-speedy Dalton Mason leading off here in the top half of the 4th. We're doing the chicken dance here between innings. It's golf night. We've had a lot of golf-themed activities, and there is a strike. Good to see Emery attacking the zone here. Next pitch to Dalton Madsen. Swings and got ahead of it. Into the A's dugout it goes.
You think about it, Madsen's a catcher, and he singled in that second inning and had 2 stolen bases. You don't see that very often from
Not
your
at all.
catcher.
He might be like their third option, maybe as catcher, but he's going to leave a blooper, and it's going to drop.
Ball's right in front of Kim and right past the outstretched glove of the second baseman. Chris, I thought right at the end Kim was calling him off, but Ross kept after it. Maybe he didn't hear him. The end result, however, is a base hit for them.
You'd rather give up a base hit than a big old collision, that's for sure.
Yeah, than a bump on the head.
Yeah, you don't want that. Anyways, Madsen now 2 for 2 on the night as Tristan Ellis comes up next. He went down on strikes, one of the 3 Ks for Emery.
Let's see if they can keep Madsen from stealing a base.
I think Emery threw down to first one time, and it wasn't even on Madsen, but I don't think he's really checked the runners in place.
They didn't need any stolen bases last inning. They get a 3-run homer.
Fouled it back off. We were talking in between innings, runners left on base. You got those numbers. It's not good news.
West Allis has only left 2 on coming into this inning. Sheboygan has left 5. And we're
5 on base in 3 innings.
That's,
yeah.
Not good.
Now they check him down. Did they get him? No, they didn't. Just a little bit too late was Jurgensen on the pull down.
That's what I'm talking about. Throw a little doubt into the base runner.
And that was a nice, quick move from Emery, too. It's exactly what you want. The count is 0-2. See if he goes back. This time I think they got him. Yes, indeed they did. Back-to-back tries for Emery. This time Jurgensen gets the glove down in time. And Dalton Madsen, who stole twice back in the second inning, will be sent back to the dugout.
Usually what happens when you get that first pickoff move that comes kind of close, the base runner becomes a little tentative and maybe takes a shorter lead. Definitely not the case with Madsen. He kept getting that big lead, and Emery made a great throw and a nice tag, and we got an out.
Surprised they went to it back-to-back, but Emery must have saw something or was aware of the situation. It's 1-2. Maybe Emery thought he had him the first time. That one right back to Emery goes off his glove. Chris got to move back. He's there in time, and they're able to throw him out. How about it? Off the glove of Emery, Chris had to go back towards it. He got it, and then the throw was a bullet to get the second out.
Ellis, a fast runner, made that very close. That high bouncer, you know, even though you like it as a fielder, it worked against Ross, because it gave the base runner a little more chance to maybe beat it out, but he didn't. Well, we got 2 outs here in the 4th.
Gex was the third out back in the second inning. This is his third AB. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk.
Gex with 3 caught fly balls in this first 3 innings of play.
He's been a busy man out there in center field. 2 of those 3 are from Jacoby Andreas. And he also caught 2 of those 3 in the bottom half of the third. Count is 3-0 right out of the gate. Logan Rodman got walked. He's on deck next. Breaking pitch stays high. A 4-pitch walk.
Brings up Logan Rodman. Rodman's been on twice.
He's been on twice, but he doesn't have a base hit. How about that? Got him down for a fielder's choice and a walk. Doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's all about getting on base. That's the big key. There are 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah.
I don't expect Gex to steal a base, but keep an eye on him over at first. Missing outside. 5 consecutive balls from Emery.
Yeah, if you want to try positions into stolen base possibilities, you'd think your center fielder is going to be kind of fast. He might be a little more of a base stealing threat, but Aaron not taking much of a lead over there.
Yeah.
Certainly not showing the aggressiveness that Madsen was.
No, Madsen's a scary sight at the bags, but I think he'll be a little less aggressive now that he just got thrown out. Still, it's 5-0 games. You never really know. It's a 2-0 count, and make it 3-0. 7 straight balls from Emery. Something going wrong here with 2 outs.
Alex Elliott waiting on deck.
You saw Emery frustrated with himself, how he caught that last ball from Schnell, when the glove snaps down. Make it 8 consecutive balls, back-to-back 4-pitch walks.
3 walks tonight from Noah to go along with 3 strikeouts.
Rodman walked in back-to-back AB. Brings up Alex Elliott, the DH. He's 1 for 2 tonight as Tim Moyer has a little bit of a talk with Noah Emery, see what's going on here in the top half of the 4th. A's do have that off day tomorrow. That'll help their arms, but I still expect we see Reklitis and Reinflesch pitching Saturday in the doubleheader. Reinflesch said he's going game 1. We can confirm. Put it on the internet.
He's been a workhorse this year for Sheboygan. If my memory serves me correct, he's got a couple of complete games where he's had well over 100 pitches in those ball games.
He had 141 in one of them. And that was a 7-inning ball game.
The most recent complete game he had was one where he had over 100 and might be 140 pitches also.
I don't know. We'll see.
But
well-deserved
he is a
rest.
workhorse.
Good for Emery after that little talk. Get in there, attack the zone. He got a strike, and now Elliott fouls it off. Good to see him be ahead 0-2 instead of down 3-0.
Gex taking a big lead out at second base. Be interesting to see if Pettit or Chris try to keep him a little closer.
There's a little motion back from Pettit. Might be worth a shot. Now he's going to third. And no throw attempted. How dare I call him not a base running threat, but it was a strikeout nonetheless. Thankfully, to the bottom half of the 4th we go. 5-0 A's trail.
With free pickup, you can. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family-owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community, and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Gotta read the script. Bottom half of the 4th inning here is it's Jurgensen, Pettit, and Schnell. Just 3 hits in 3 innings so far for the A's, and they had 2 of those 3 in the 1st inning. Thank you. 365 our paid attendance here tonight.
How many in the house?
281, just shy of 300. Oh, off the foot it goes. You could hear it from here, and they're going to be able to tag him out. Oh, my. Very unfortunate for Jimmy Jurgensen.
I thought it was pretty unfortunate for the pitcher.
Unfortunate for both of them. Unassisted. I mean, technically give Hess the assist. It went off his leg. He had to eat it.
Wow. That's scary.
Yeah, and you could hear there was a thud. It was not a pleasant sound. You're going to give him a few warm-up pitches. Hopefully he's good to go. Well, not hopefully for us, but hopefully for West Dallas, he's good to go.
We want to be hopefully for him, too. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. The other thing you got to remember is everybody out here, I shouldn't say everybody, most of the players out here, they all got a job to go to tomorrow.
It's true.
You know, and they got to, you don't want to get anyone hurt and miss work. Or if they're a college player, have their
that would be a lot worse, yes.
By an injury.
Imagine, say Jonathan Kim gets hurt and then it puts his Michigan career to a halt. That would be terrible. Something you always got to consider playing summer ball. So 0-1 right out of the gate to Pettit. He struck out back in the second inning. It was a 3-up, 3-down second inning. Or pardon me, there was a walk in there. Schnell got a walk. Make it 1-1. 7 hits in the contest for West Dallas. They got 5 runs to show for it thanks to a big 3-run shot from Jacob Kaiser. And
Jordan
now
mentioned
make it
the
1-2.
one walk by Hess to Schnell. Hess also with 2 strikeouts. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, it means he's keeping his pitch count down, hopefully, for him.
Yeah, hopefully for them is right. He could be in here for the long haul. Only went 5 innings in the other game. That one's right back towards me. I caught it.
Jordan, it's safe to get out from underneath the counter now. The ball is laying on the ground.
Even with the net, it's always funny to still see people shake in their reactions. Down the third base line, great job fielding, getting a perfect throw from Peter Torelli.
Yeah, Torelli played that one real nice. Made a great throw across, like you mentioned.
That'll bring up Justin Schnell, who has the only walk against DJ Hess.
Looking at the score sheet, in the first inning we got the leadoff hitter on. In the third inning we got the leadoff hitter on. But we're not be able to capitalize on that, and it's hurting us big time.
So that just means we'll get it on him in the 5th. We'll get a lead-on runner again, or a lead-off runner again. We'll get him on
every other inning, you're right.
Yes.
The odds have been good to us.
That's a good thing, because then
getting runners on, not scoring runs, however.
If we keep that pace up, then we're good to get runners in the 9th inning, and then we'll have a late rally and win it if we need to. Sounds good to me. 1-1 to Schnell. Hammers that one way ahead of it, though. Into the batting cage it goes.
2 boys in a bullpen area are chasing down that ball.
They were in the area, too. They were like exactly where the ball was.
I think they were warming up the West Dallas players.
Could have been. One of their kids, maybe. Who knows? And didn't ring them up just yet. It's 2-2. DJ Hess doing mighty fine here through 3 2/3. Gonna try and get out unharmed through 4.
Thanks to Scott Stengel for getting us the attendance for tonight's game.
And a 4-3 ground out. That'll do it. 4 innings complete. It's 5-0. Score remains in West Dallas's favor.
Every single second, every minute, every hour, all the whole year through.
It is intense right here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the Queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
So we got Riley O'Connell, number 35, now pitching for the Sheboygan A's, making his 3rd appearance of the year. He's only pitched in 2 innings, gave up a home run in that span, gave up 5 runs, and 4 of those 5 were earned. Gave up 5 hits as well. He has walked 3, not struck out any, and sadly comes in with an inflated 18 ERA. Riley O'Connell in the ball game now for Sheboygan.
Noah Emery's final numbers is he went 4 innings, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs. All of those were earned. He walked 3, struck out 4, and did allow a home run. You got to think Riley's ERA is going to go down.
It would take a lot for it to stay up, that's for sure.
Yes, it would. Hopefully can shut him down, and we can get a couple runs, a couple here and a couple there, and a couple more, and all of a sudden we're up 6-5.
It's always fun seeing a new pitcher. We haven't seen him pitch so far this year. Must have been a road appearance or something like that in his 2 games,
Would you like
2
me
innings.
to dig out all the box scores from our previous live streams to see if he pitched?
I don't think he has. I would put money on it.
I'm not looking.
I'm that confident. If he did pitch, it's a game I wasn't here for. 2 games, 2 innings.
Oh. Every time I look at this stat sheet, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
The way it's ordered?
Exactly, the way it's ordered.
I agree. First pitch to 0-0 is in there for a strike. Jacob Kaiser takes it. Brewers just had their first pitch. A nice late West Coast start tonight for them.
Playing in San Francisco, I believe.
Yes, the old Giants. We had a West Coast start the other night in the second game of our doubleheader.
There's a ballpark I'd like to go to before I retire to the old folks' home.
San Fran?
Yes.
I've been to 8, I want to say. The O2, and left it up high. I've been to American Family Field, Wrigley. I've been to Chase Field, Fenway, Yankee Stadium, the Globe Life Field in Texas, the new Yankee Stadium. It counts. Rung them up.
Boy, after hitting a home run, Kaiser takes called strike 3, and that's the second time in the ball game. Too bad we couldn't have got that in the 3rd inning.
Hey, Riley O'Connell looked good. 4 pitches, 3 strikes. Struck him out looking. Isn't that amazing? Kaiser struck out looking twice and hit a 3-run bomb his other time.
Yeah, that's
crazy how that works.
Very.
Noah Armstrong, feeling like he's 22, swings and misses.
Armstrong takes a healthy cut.
He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. With a cut like that, you're not looking for a single.
That's what he has, though.
He
Back
does.
in a second,
He's got that to show for, yeah. 1-1 count here. So Riley O'Connell looking good so far. And now that one's cracked back. Harry Stelt running towards it, putting all his effort in as it drops back foul. Right on top of the net. On the batting cage on the A side.
I think it was in last night's game. Blake Roach came in, and we were talking about his really high ERA. And part of that was because of the teams he was forced to pitch against. One of them being Lombard.
That'll do it.
He gave up a bunch of runs, and he hadn't pitched a lot anyway. But just that one bad game inflates your ERA, and now it takes the rest of the season to try and get it to respectability.
He might have came in that game where they gave up 10 in the 5th, for all we know.
Could have been.
It was a 3-3 ball game, and all of a sudden Lombard scores 10 runs in the bottom half of the 5th, and they end up winning 13-3 in 5.
Yeah.
1-2 count here to Armstrong. Riley O'Connell came in, struck out Jacob Kaiser looking. Kaiser the big home run bomb. Put the team up 5-0 instead of 2-0, and now on the 1-2, swing and a miss. How about it, Riley O'Connell?
He doesn't look like a pitcher with that high ERA.
And doesn't look like a pitcher that's never struck a guy out. He gets back-to-back Ks to bring up Brian Hutzinger. Five runs for the Nationals. We're in inning number 5. And his first pitch leaves it inside. Can't really be patient with a guy like O'Connell who's been throwing strikes and hammering the zone. But when you're up 5-0, you got a little more room to let a strike go by. Ooh, home plate umpire takes that one.
Grauman took that one right in the chest protector.
Walk it off. Okay. Someone says, yeah, you try and get hit there, and then you walk it off.
What did the fan say?
Walk it off. Easier said than done, that's for sure. That's why you wear the chest protector.
Tim Moyer taking the long walk out to give Paul the baseball, give him a chance to recover. Schnell going out and talking with his pitcher.
He's saying, hey, good job.
Trying to take some time. I remember doing a game in Manitowoc where, for whatever reason, I don't think it was intentional because the umpire and I, or the catcher and I were getting along well, but the pitch went right from the pitcher's hand right into my face mask.
Oh, no. Face mask doesn't help a whole lot there.
Oh, it did help a lot.
Yes, it does. It's all sarcasm.
But catcher was real apologetic about it. I just didn't see it.
It's actually, yeah, that's all the catcher's fault.
It was all good.
You're still here.
Still recognized my wife when I got home. Pardon me? Definitely called more strikes after that. Wanted to get the game over with.
Absolutely. You don't want to be in there any longer than you had to. You could have faked an injury and then said you had to go home.
I didn't have my paycheck yet.
Oh, okay. Then you had to wait. Probably would have docked your pay. You're only working half the game? I don't care. You got hit. You only get half.
I'll tell you what really stunk about umpiring at the end of my career was the way high school started paying you. The way it used to be, you'd always come into the game and there'd be a check waiting for you. At the end, it all went into an account that you didn't draw on until the end.
Riley O'Connell strikes out the side in the top half of the 5th for his first 3 Ks of the year. It is 5-0 West Allis. A's looking to get something going as we head to the bottom half of the 5th.
Let's get some runs.
At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Watching one of the golf games here as it's golf night at the ballpark. Met to a string of boos as he comes off and missed all 3 of them, completely airmailed them. Oh, yeah, 4 of them. That was the one I missed was the first one, and that was the best one, I guess. All right, well, it's time for the A's to get going. Cooper Gussie, Gus Walker, and Ross Christ here in the bottom half of the 5th. Get to work. Put your headset back on. Commercials
I can work with my headset on or my headset off.
Commercials are over. Strike 1 inside. DJ
Give the
Hess still in the
fan
ballgame.
base a little bit of a heads up. Scott Stengel's going to be talking with us on July 20th. That's when Appleton, don't scare everybody away. They're going to be jamming to the monitors to watch and listen to, Scott, about Fan Appreciation Day, which I believe is the 24th. Is that right? Okay, but Scott will tell us a little more about that when he comes on.
Cooper Gussie strikes out on 3 straight pitches. He's joining us on the 20th, you said?
Yes.
That's Christmas in July night. Everyone should be at the ballpark.
You know, I think Hess's foot is okay.
I think so. Strikes out Gussie. 1, 2, 3. Just hammered him into the zone. Top of the lineup. See if they can produce. Are we going to have a Santa here for Christmas in July night?
They're working on it right now. Actually, you know who you should check with, Scott? The Sheboygan County Historical Museum. They have a guy for their Christmas ceremonies and that they have. Yeah, they'll have a line on a guy for you.
I like that.
See how we can do business while we're on the air? You all right with that, CJ? I mean, you're
we apologize.
Ooh. Walker not able to check his swing there.
2-1. Walker has 2 of the 3 hits. Last night, Kim had 2 of the 5. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Man, DJ Hess is just unreal out there so far tonight.
If it's Christmas in July on the 20th, I will definitely be here.
Good.
I may not be up here in the press box, but I'll be here.
I hear we're getting presents, actually.
CJ's got those waiting in his car. I wonder what you're getting, Bill. Do you got a first aid kit?
You can wrap up the paddleboard. Oh boy, there's a shot from Walker going back, and it is going to drop down for another double. Maybe he could stretch it. No, he's going to hold up at 2. The right fielder, Brian Hutzinger, was able to get there, but it's back-to-back doubles for Gus Walker, pouring it on his 3-for-3 night.
Boy, off the bat, I almost thought it might be out of here, but
it kept carrying.
Landed. It's good for a double. I know it was a good job by Gus to not try and go to third, because I think they would have had a real good shot at him.
I agree. I thought at first he was going to have a chance, but then that ball kept coming back, and Huntsinger was right there on it. So ultimately, it's a run around second, and the A's have left 5 stranded as Gus Walker has 3 of the 4 hits. I just wanted him to go to third so he could be a homer away from the cycle. That's what I wanted.
Here's
Way
one for
outside.
you. This happened in the minor leagues. It's the only time it happened in professional baseball. The home run cycle. You know what that is?
Solo shot, a 2-run shot, a 3-run, and a grand slam.
That's right. It didn't happen in that order, but
right, it doesn't have to.
This guy did it. Had
yeah,
4 home runs in a
games.
game. One was a solo. One was a 2-1.
With the imagine if he had the grand slam as his 4th one, and they're like, "What are we doing?" They just wanted him to get it. Swing and a miss. Maybe they Chris Sizzlered him in there, just a nice slow lob so he could get it. It's 1-2 here to Ross Christ. See if he can get out of his slump he's been in this last night or two. Down low, going to hold up at second is Walker. Cooper Gussie struck out on 3 straight pitches to start. I don't see any movement in the West Allis bullpen. There was someone throwing an inning or two ago, but I think they were just playing catch. Don't think it was actually warming up to come in the game. No reason to pull DJ Hess if I'm West Allis. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Ross Christ strikes out for his 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, Ross having a tough go of it the last couple of games.
That's only the 4th strikeout, whether you believe it or not. Jonathan Kim reached on a fielder's choice.
What's maybe more disturbing about the 4 strikeouts is he's got 2 this inning alone. Means he's getting stronger as he goes along.
Yeah, that's not good. 2 outs here in the inning as Kim tries to do something with Gus Walker. He doesn't want to be left on base again. Down low, and he's going to hold up at second.
Another good stop by Madsen. He's been very good behind the dish for West Dallas, except for the one that he missed that hit Groman in the chest.
Yeah. It's the only one he remembers. 1-0, came able to get ahead in the count, see if he gets a good pitch here eventually. Now it's 2-0, your favorite count. As a hitter,
the
you
batter
should
does with this 2-0 pitch, if they're going to be swinging or not.
should be able to see something good coming your way eventually from Hess. Harry Steld on deck. Down low, 3-0. Give him the green light.
Waiting on deck is Harry Stelt, the Northwoods cleanup hitter. I don't know if you mentioned that, his other at-bats.
I did. Never hurts to say it too many times. Oh,
The
okay. 4-pitch walk.
Cutie Insurance Company here in Sheboygan were huge sponsors of the 2 field houses at the high schools. North High is a Cutie field house, South High is a Cutie field house.
Yeah.
Well, when we were doing high school basketball, boy, we rode that to the nth degree. I mean, everything was the Acuity Fieldhouse. At Christmas time, one of their representatives came up to the press box and each gave us a bag of goodies from Acuity because of us mentioning that all season.
Northwoods cleanup hitter, Northwoods cleanup hitter, Northwoods cleanup hitter. Ball 1.
Yeah, you know what you're going to get is something to wash your toilet bowl.
Give it for me for college next year. I'll take it.
When they did that rapid question, I think it was last night when you weren't here, they asked, what would you want an abundance of? I was hoping he'd say toilet paper. He didn't.
It's a 1-1 count to Harry Stelt. Jacob Neese was the rapid fire question tonight. He said The Office was his favorite TV show. He prefers vanilla ice cream instead of chocolate, which I disagree with.
Well, 1-2 count to Harry.
He's been behind all night long, it seems. Had a single back in the first, and then that terrible line out, which could have scored 2. But Jacob Kaiser was all over it. Here we go on the 1-2. Wrong. No, everyone was heading back. And they're going to say it was inside.
Madsen and Hess were both trying to sell it, but Grauman wasn't having any of it. It's a ball.
Yeah. The only person who didn't move was Harry and the umpire. I thought it was a strike.
It was close no matter what. See if Harry can deliver.
See if he can adjust on the 2-2, and a hammering ball towards the second baseman. Takes a hop. He doesn't go to 2. He goes to 1, and he'll get him out regardless. Harry now 1 for 3 here tonight as the A's leave 2 more stranded. Let's head to the 6th inning as the score remains 5-0.
I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage.
You know what? I'm going for it. You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always
My
have...
back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things
Yes, things.
are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
Please be quiet.
listen, you hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Inning number 6. Here we come in a 5-0 ball game. 7 left on base now for Sheboygan through their first 5.
On Saturday, we have Salute to Service. Military, public service employees like the police, the fire, EMS, they will receive free general admission tickets to the game. So all you Salute to Service members, come to the ball game on Sunday. It's a doubleheader against Burlington. You get a free ticket.
The Bandits always did their military day on a doubleheader too, so it's interesting. They go hand in hand.
I think your pen went under there, but I'm not
My pen's
sure.
right here.
I thought something went under there. Oh, Saturday.
Found
Military
it.
service is Saturday.
I didn't even hear you say Sunday.
Oh. Military service, Salute to Military Service is on Saturday. I said that. I said that.
You said military service this time.
Well, that too. It says military.
Salute
to
the
service.
service.
Military, which includes police and fire and EMS.
There we go. I think they got it now. It's a 2-2
Are we
count to
are-
Torelli and
are
a
we
swing
including
and a miss.
nurses?
Torelli goes down on strikes.
Why don't we do it this way? Everybody show up to the game. You might get a free ticket.
That works. Show up regardless and pay if you don't get in for free. How's that sound?
We like that idea. I don't know if that the fan would.
Yes. Dalton Madsen has a pair of singles in tonight's ball game. He's got an RBI to show for, as well as there's a breaking pitch that just missed. How about this? Riley O'Connell faced 4 batters, struck 4 batters out.
It's about time he didn't have a strikeout coming in. He's just trying to catch up.
Fouled it back. And that evens it up at 1-1. Madsen and Ellis. Ellis in the on-deck circle. Aaron Gex in the hole. O'Connell deals in a bouncing pitch. Bounced about a foot in front of the plate.
I'm not sure if we were on the air and we talked about this, but so far in the ball game, Sheboygan now has 7 runners left on base. They've had a couple of good opportunities, but just we're not able to get the clutch hit.
Followed it back. There's a car running. Will it hit it is the question. I don't know where the ball went. Don't think he hit it.
Looks like it went out on the New Jersey Avenue. They're going across the street to chase it down.
2-2 count as O'Connell tries to go 5 batters faced, 5 strikeouts.
Scott Stengel, our crowd control supervisor, is up here in the press box. Kids are just running all over down there, Scott.
Oh boy, there's not a 5th strikeout. That one carrying to left field, and that is gone. Made a jump for it was Gus Walker, but my goodness, another homer given up here in the ball game. Jacob Kaiser had one back to make it 5-0, and now it's 6-0 off a solo shot as Dalton Madsen, a guy we knew nothing about coming into tonight, has himself 2 RBIs and a solo shot.
I was just looking that up, CJ.
Yeah.
We gave up 2 home runs last night to Kewaskum.
Gave
There's
up
2
4
more here
Tuesday
tonight.
night.
It's a lot of long balls.
That's the 8th home run given up since Tuesday.
And Silvosky gave up, I think, 3.
Can he beat it out is the question. He does. Oh my goodness. Aaron Gex, another bunt single. Oh, that's Tristan Ellis. Good call. We were too busy worried about the home runs. Now Aaron Gex is coming up. That's Tristan Ellis. He gets on base for the first time tonight, pardon me. Let's see what Gex can do with 1 on and 1 out.
Yeah, and that doubleheader, Silvosky gave up 3 home runs. Then in the second game of that doubleheader, Wilson gave up a home run.
There's 4.
So we won that.
What about the Manitowoc game? Did we give it up then?
They don't have home runs.
Didn't look at that one. The
Then
one
2
job you had.
2 last night and now 2 tonight. There's a lot of home runs being given up recently by Sheboygan pitchers.
Swing and a miss, swung out of his shoes to make it 1-1. Holy cow, Gex wanted to replicate that of Madsen. 6-0 Nationals. 9 hits. Can't forget about the game earlier in the year when the A's played the Nationals, won 9-8, I believe. Throw down to first. That was a huge bullet. The A's came from behind twice. They were down 4 runs on 2 separate occasions. Still somehow won that ball game. See if they can come back from being behind 6. Maybe it wasn't a good thing to have a home-heavy schedule. It's the other team hitting all the home runs. Where are ours? Two and one to Gex, as O'Connell gives him a pitch to hit, and he fouled it off. 2-2.
It's amazing what those hitters can do when the pitcher makes a mistake, and we talked about it in our weather report. There's no breeze. The flag is just limp out there. It's been like that all game. So any power is provided by the batter, and a couple of home runs, and you also have a double in there. It's
O'Connell gets the K. Aaron
they've
Gex
been hitting the ball.
Strikes out for the second time tonight. That is the 5th strikeout knife for Riley O'Connell.
Also looking at the scoreboard, you can see West Allis with 9 hits, Sheboygan with only 4.
A's have more players left on base than they have hits.
7-4. All of the outs that have been recorded by Riley have been strikeouts.
Pretty crazy thing to say, actually.
You know, I mentioned this to Denny a couple times in that game last night. Kewaskum scored in 6 of the 9 innings.
Runner going to second, but it's fouled back. See if Schnell can get a play on it to end the inning. He cannot. Boom! Bounces off the general admission seats. Right into a kid's lap.
Didn't sound like it.
Thankfully, it hit a section where no one was sitting.
Anyway, they scored in 6 of the 9 innings, and it was like death by 1,000 cuts. And they got 3 of the innings, they scored 2 runs, but they didn't have any big innings, like 3, 4,
just
5 runs.
Just all the little things that added up.
A little bit here and a little bit there, and just wear you down.
Just missed outside. It actually didn't go in the lap of a kid. It went to the ground, and there's about 10 kids in the top of the general admission seats looking down at the ball while their friends ran to get it.
You know, the way these innings have gone tonight with West Allis, I don't know if this is worse or last night was worse. Get a 3-run homer, get a 2-spot, and now you get another home run.
I think those second and third innings really killed all the momentum, and you're down 5-0.
Right, that 3-run homer by Kaiser really hurt.
3-run shot sealed it as it's now a 1-2 count. And Rodman gets it and just barely gets a cut on it. That's back basically to the same spot. Just doesn't hit the bleachers this time.
Rodman looking for his first hit. He reached all 3 times, actually, on 2 walks and a fielder's choice, looking for his first hit. But let's get him out. He's got 2 strikes on him. Might as well strike him out, too.
Let's see if he can do it here. The 1-2 count. And no, but over the head it goes. Runner being sent to third. He will hold up there as it's runners on the corners with 2 outs. A big-time single for Rodman. Brings up Alex Elliott, who has a single in the ball game, but struck out looking and also grounded out. And we might be pulling Riley O'Connell.
You got to wonder what Moyer's talking to, telling his players.
Well, he hasn't pitched a whole lot so far this year, so I don't know if he's worried about pitch count innings or he's just telling them to calm down and get right back at it. It's exactly what it seems to be, telling them, hey, you're good.
Yeah, it was a quick visit, that's for sure. Got to be a tough couple of ball games for Tim. He had thrown out last night, very frustrated with not just the umpiring. I mean, that's obviously why he got kicked out for arguing with the umpire, but he was frustrated with his team too. I mean, his team just wasn't into the ball game.
And sometimes all your team frustration just happens to come out on the umpire.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah, you do.
And we were getting the same thing tonight. It's a lackadaisical offensive effort so far, and pitching has been okay, I guess. But
You're not going to win a ball game giving up 10 hits through 5 2/3.
At least they don't have 5 errors like they did last night.
Four hits for the A's compared to 10 of West Dallas. The Nationals with 6 runs to show for it.
Kewaskum was a good ball club, and West Dallas is a good ball club too. You got to come with your best game if you're going to be successful.
The A's just barely scraped by on the 2 times at home, as that one goes way back foul. It's 2-2 the season series. The home team has won every single game.
That's right. We lost that doubleheader down there, didn't we?
Badly.
Yeah. 9-8 we won. That was the game where we came back from down 4 twice, and then we won 5-4, scoring a run in the bottom of the 9th. So you're right, couple of one-run victories.
Lost to them 10-0 and 13-5, so winning close but not losing close.
And right now we're not losing close at home.
Exactly. One and 2 count. Alex Elliott doesn't want to strike out looking like he did his last time, but Riley O'Connell would love to add another strikeout to his resume, and he couldn't get it, left it low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. The 2-2 pitch from Riley O'Connell. Runner going to second as he's way ahead of this ball and fouls it back off.
Elliott doing a nice job of hanging in there on that fastball.
There's Jack Hibbert out some balls, 4 of them, I think.
Paul Grauman, one of the umpires with 2 bags on the hip. Every once in a while you'll see an umpire with only 1 bag on one
gotta
hip.
have 2 bags. Swing and a miss. Another big K from Riley O'Connell. But it's a 6-0 game here as we move to the bottom half of the 6th thanks to the solo shot from Dalton Madsen.
Authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Are you serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Quentin Morris into the ball game now, number 42. 32 Hess comes out. He pitched 5 innings in that other game, and he goes just 5 innings here again. Quentin Morris appeared in the 6:20 ball game, and he went 1. He actually got 1 1/3 inning, didn't give up a hit, but gave up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned. He walked 5, so that's a good sign, I guess. And their first pitch swinging into right field, running up on it and making the catch is Brian Hutzinger. Jacoby Andreas goes down on the first pitch.
Jacoby's had a tough night tonight because he's hit the ball fairly well, but all he has to show for it is 3 outs to the outfield. For Hess, he went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Nice outing for that young man.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't keep him in longer, but maybe he's got like a 5-inning limit or something like that. Bouncing that one down low as Quentin Morris gets to retrieve himself and get ready to deal once again after Andreas has flown out to center twice and flown out to right once as well. Not good to see him and Ross Chris struggling.
No.
There's a crack at it, also going to right field. Clearly foul, and no one's able to make a play on it. It's a 6-0 ball game here in the bottom half of the 6th.
Nia Zhang coming up to the press box.
Poof, swing and a miss on an inside pitch.
Press box crew tonight is C.J. Skelton doing the audio enhancements and announcements. Bill Wagner's our field announcer. Mike and Jordan doing your live stream. Our interns this year, Jordan Lorenz, Annalise McMillan, Nia Zhang, and Connor DeWitt.
Going to get on the same page here, Madsen and Morris. Madsen made a nice little sprint out to the mound. He wants to keep that game time down.
We found out he can run pretty good.
We know that.
2 stolen bases tonight.
Can't say anything bad about Dalton Madsen in his night, that's for sure. 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs.
Oh, even when he's not stealing bases, he's getting picked off, so we like that part too.
Well, that's the one bad thing he did. There's a shot. Oh, my goodness. Another line out to Jacob Kaiser. Harry Stelt did it earlier, and now Jimmy Jurgensen has to face it.
Kaiser's had a nice night on the at first base, and then, of course, he's got that 3-run homer that broke the game wide open back in the 3rd, but Sheboygan's hitting the ball hard, just not getting base hits.
It's the Madsen and Kaiser show for West Allis. Give DJ Hess a lot of credit
tough luck.
I would say. It's one of those nights, but you don't want to say that on back-to-back nights, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll have a chance on Saturday with 2 games.
A 15-7 Burlington Barons team. It's going to be tough. No state league games going on until Saturday, where Lombard is at Green Bay. They have a 4-game series. Saturday, Sunday, all 4 games at Green Bay. Addison is at West Allis. So that'll be a good series. 11-9 Addison, 14-8 West Allis, and then Burlington Sheboygan on Saturday. Tonight in the NEW League, Menasha is at Green Bay. So Green Bay, they've got themselves a busy schedule. Menasha coming off a win over Appleton last night. 2-9 in the bottom of the standings. As the Sheboygan A's, a 4-pitch walk to Joey Pettit. The Sheboygan A's are 11-2. Kewaskum following their win last night. They're 6-5, and Green Bay is 6-7 with Appleton at 4-6. Brings up Justin Schnell with 1 on and 2 outs. It was a very quick 2 outs. Andreas swinging on the first pitch of Quentin Morris, and then Jurgensen with that just unfortunate line out. Quentin Morris not looking like a 5-walk, 3 runs given up, and 4 outs pitcher, that's for sure. Missed inside there, though.
A nice delivery, and other than this last walk to Pettit, he's been around the plate so far. Hasn't exactly fooled our hitters, but he's got 2 outs.
That's all that matters in his mind is there's a big swing and a miss. Talk about fooling them. Seventh inning coming up. I guess we'll do our trivia then. We're pushed it back a little bit, but that's all right. Runner going to second and out of the glove, but he's safe. Good stolen base there by Joey Pettit. If that pitch wasn't so inside, I think Madsen would have had a lot easier job getting it out.
Did a great job on the transfer and throwdown, but you're right. Some pitches, of course, are easier to handle, and throw to second base on that was not one of those.
It's a 1-2 count. And did he go? Runner going to third. Pettit sliding in, and he's safe. All right, a chance here for the A's to get their first run of the game. Pettit going from first to third on 2 pitches. And they're going to confirm he did not go, so the count is 2-2, I believe. Cooper Gussie on deck. If he gets to see any action, it might be with runners on the corners. It might be with a 1-run or a 6-1 game, I should say.
Schnell looking to get his 8th RBI.
See if he can do it on the 2-2. Left it inside. Count is full. Big pitch from Quentin Morris. Full count, 2 outs. Pettit on third, and Schnell lets it go inside. He'll take his second walk of the game. Back-to-back walks for Morris. So the walks are coming back to haunt him as they did back on the 20th.
Yeah. Cooper Gussie having a rough year. Hitting 182 coming into tonight. He's 0 for 2, so that's down a little bit.
How many ABs does he have?
Pardon me?
How many at-bats this year? Uh-oh, going to second base. And how many pumps did he take? And now they're going to throw home. It's a good throw that just got him. Pettit certainly doesn't think so. I was confused by Madsen. Pumped about 5 times. But it's still a 6-0 game at the end of things as we head to the 7th inning. The A's just can't get on the board no matter what they try and do.
With free pickup, you just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
We're all winners here in the 50-50 raffle as Denny Moyer reads it off. Riley O'Connell reached his limit on the night. Marty will have his final line, but at the end of the day, did a mighty fine job even though he gave up one of those runs. Mac Doherty coming up to pitch as we take a look at Mac making his 9th appearance of the year. He's given up 2 home runs on the year. I always like to read that one now since the A's have seemed to give up plenty lately. In 10 and 1/3 innings, Mac Doherty has gone so far this year. He's given up 12 runs. 8 of those 12 are earned. Not too great here, though. Walked 8, struck out 8. Not the best margin, as ultimately he's given up 11 hits with a 6.96 ERA.
Riley O'Connell went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. No walks, did have 6 strikeouts, and did allow that home run to Dalton Madsen. And this comes up, coming up to bat is Jacob Kaiser, the other home run kid for West Allis tonight.
I mean, you could have just said he was 1 for 3.
What I did want to mention was over the course of our last 4 games, we've given up 8 home runs to the opposition.
That's no bueno.
I would say it's not very good.
Yeah, that's what I said. The 1-0 pitch stays low as Mac falls behind 2-0. It's a 6-0 game. There is a 10-run rule, remember.
Shh. He talks so stupid.
It's just reminding the fans at home.
Ooh, that looked close.
Just missed, yeah. Ooh, I don't know where that one missed. To who?
Jimmy Jurgensen pitched last night,
Yeah,
Jordan.
yeah. He got a single in the first inning. Oh, there's a crack to center field. That's extra bases for sure as it drops Kim nowhere near that ball, and it'll be a stand-up double for the home run hitter.
Looked like Jonathan was shaded a little bit towards right field, and that ball, when it got out to the outfield, was tailing to left field, and Jonathan had no chance at that ball.
Yeah, it was hit hard off the bat. It seems like Jacob Kaiser's an all-or-nothing guy. It's an extra base hit or it's a strikeout.
He had 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and then
Brian Hutzinger has the other double. Obviously, Dalton Madsen has the other home run other than Kaiser. Kaiser's was the one that mattered, though. That was the big 3-run shot in the third inning that put him on top 5-0, which eventually became 6-0. And that was just the 11th hit of the ball game for West Dallas. Trying to cruise to their 15th win in the State League.
Nice if you get Doherty to finish things out here for Sheboygan, so they have to use too many pitchers tonight.
That'd be a nice goal.
They went through 3 last night. Jimmy Jurgensen even got some action last night on the mound.
That's awesome. He pitched in a game not too long ago, too, didn't he?
He did have one other appearance.
I think that's the one I remember. Big time foul ball, make the count 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. 2-22. With a runner on 2. Love a big K for Mac Doherty here to continue where Riley O'Connell left off.
Yeah, Mac would really like a strikeout too.
Not yet. Did you read Riley's final line?
Yes.
Good. I wasn't paying attention like
It's
usual.
just like at home. My wife never listens to me either.
No, I don't blame her. Oh, boy, that one's into left field and got a bad read on it, but now going back just in time is Gus Walker. That scared me a bit.
That ball again was tailing, but Walker able to catch up to it. Just so you know, Riley went 2 innings. 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks, 6 strikeouts.
That's a big
and
one.
He gave up the home run.
He went 2 innings. That means you got to get 6 outs. Every time he got an out, it was by way of the strikeout. That's pretty impressive. Brian Hutzinger in here. Runner on second. Just 1 out after that fly out and just missing outside. Schnell couldn't quite frame it back in.
Mac trying to close out the inning without a run scoring. We mentioned about last night's game and how Kewaskum was getting runs in 6 of the 9 so far tonight. West Dallas has scored in 3 of the 6 innings and threatening to score here in the 7th.
2-0 count after that one just barely missed. I didn't think it did, but that's why I'm up here.
Breaking ball.
Oh my
stayed
goodness,
inside.
make it 3-0. Wow. What could be a 1-2 count is 3-0 instead, and that changes things to say the least. There's a strike. Can't not call that one.
Hunsinger 1 for 3 in the ball game and scored a run. Jordan mentioned earlier he's got a double.
Doubled in his first appearance. Hasn't reached until now. where he gets on via the walk. Peter Torelli makes his way to the plate, and he's got Baby Shark to get himself hyped up too. No, it's a pinch hitter.
Grounded out in the second inning that produced a run.
19. Tyrese Mitchell.
Pinch hitter.
Little talk between Schnell and Doherty as Tyrese Mitchell comes into the ball game for Peter Torelli. All right, let's see what he can do.
Mitchell appeared in the January 2nd game and grounded out.
Did you just say January 2nd?
June. And Tyrese Mitchell appeared in the June, just so you see if you're paying attention, the January 30th game.
Okay.
Or was it June 30th?
Probably January.
In that game, he actually had a hit in 2 trips.
All right.
So
he can hit the ball.
Gotten into ball games, and you got to pay attention to him.
2 on, 1 out for Mitchell. Just missed again. Not giving him a whole lot as Mac is a little frustrated, to say the least. 1-1.
You know what pitchers get most frustrated?
Probably people like you.
Pitchers that have trouble throwing strikes.
And that was also a good pitch, but Schnell didn't catch it, so that didn't help. See what happens here on the 2-1. Don't want to load the bases. I think he got a piece of that one, just barely to even it up at 2s.
Yeah, I thought it might have got a piece of Schnell, but apparently not. Justin seems to be doing just fine.
That's what I thought it hit. Here we go, 2-2. Mac Doherty, got to throw it all at him. 1 out in the inning, 2 runners on. Swing and a miss. Tyrese Mitchell checks into the ball game, but strikes out swinging. Not what he intended to do, as that brings up the oh-so-important Dalton Madsen.
Doherty hoping to get this third out, keep score 6-0. Mac getting a little more action.
Madsen has produced 2 of the 6 runs you see on the board. He did so in the 2nd inning with an RBI single. Then he singled back in the 5th and has a homer. Or pardon me, in the 4th, and then he had that homer in the last inning. See if Doherty can cool his night off. Left it high, 1-0. Golf night here tonight. Salute to service night. Coming up on Saturday in the doubleheader, we'll be giving away a poster next Tuesday. Gonna want to be here for that poster giveaway. So Ania designed it as that one goes up. We'll talk about the poster in the bottom half along with trivia coming up as that'll end things here. A little fly out to Ross Christ. 7th inning stretch time from Wildwood Park.
Authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Are you serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Bottom half of the 7th inning, as it'll be Cooper Gussie Gus Walker and Ross Christ. As I was saying, to end the top half of the 7th, we have a poster giveaway coming up on Tuesday. That's a Wisconsin State League against Green Bay. Just a game in the State League. Obviously, both teams are in both leagues. However, they've played all 4 in the NEW, so it's just a State League game against Green Bay on Tuesday. The poster will feature the big 3 pitchers, Reinflesch, Reklitis, and Schmitz. It's a nice poster, features all 3 of them on there. It'll go hand in hand with your Gus Walker poster you got earlier in the season.
We'll give you that trivia question after we get this first batter for Sheboygan out of the way. It's Cooper Gussie.
You know, it's one of those nights when it's the 7th inning, and this is only Gussie's 3rd time seeing the plate. That's true, because he did start last inning before the unfortunate situation. 4th time his walk-up song is played. Technically, you're right. And it's a 1-1 count as Quentin Morris remains in the ball game for West Allis. See how long they ride him out with the 6-0 lead.
A weird ending to the bottom of the 6th with runners on 1st and 3rd, and the runner on 1st, Schnell, looked like he was attempting the steal and then stopped between 2nd and 3rd, got himself in a rundown, and they actually got what they wanted. The play at the plate. The trouble is the throw got there too early, and they're able to tag out Pettit at home on what was a very close play.
I was just so confused by Madsen. He pumped, he kept going out. He was just watching down Pettit the whole way. Finally through to 2nd, then they were able to get him at home. This could be in fair territory, and not able to catch it is Madsen. Went off the net, off his glove, and on the dirt.
I was watching the catcher Madsen, Dalton, go over, and he took his mask off and he kept holding it in his right hand. I was waiting for him to flick it away and then try to make the catch. He never did let go of his mask, and I would think it'd be a little easier to.
What a catch! My goodness, Logan Rodman right there to steal a base hit from Gussie.
And you know the tough luck continues for Sheboygan.
It's just
on that
one
note,
of those
let's
nights.
go to the trivia question. What A's manager has the most wins? It's not Michael Casper, Bill. What A's manager has the most wins?
We'll see.
That's your guess.
There's another one. Off a few hops. Able to beat it out in time as Gus Walker, his hot night continues. Make him 4 for 4. CJ's rethinking his
one
answer.
of the guesses is Zeichert. Another guess is Moyer, David Moyer, that would be. Chuck Zeichert is one of the answers. Jordan will give you a pass on this.
I was going to say, my guess would be Tim Moyer, but obviously that's not even close.
Lumens was a manager for a few seasons.
Go through the mental checklist.
Yeah, Chad was here for a few years.
Years doesn't always equal wins, that's for sure.
The discussion up here is Zeichert had a lot of years, but back in the early days, you're looking at maybe a 20, 25 game season. Now they're playing 50 games, 60 games a season.
Cross it off. CJ says he's not going with that one anymore.
Not going with Zeichert, eh? Okay.
Is that legal?
We're not that hardcore up here.
Okay. No.
Del Olschmidt, Loomis, Craig Clace, Tim Moyer, Dave Moyer. Post was here for a year or two.
I kind of
He's one of the only managers to have a losing record, by the way.
Well, then he certainly wouldn't have the most winning.
Olschmidt, Carl Behringer. That's who I started my career off. He was my manager. Brian Bankston, Mike Johnson was here for a while. Randy Wilkie.
Pitch stays high. There's a walk. Ross Christ. He's able to reach base. Finally. I know it's not this person, this person, this person, this person, but I don't know who it is.
The key to success tonight for the Sheboygan A's is for us up here in the press box not to
not
pay
talk
attention
about
to
the game. I think they're pulling
Steve
Morris.
Elliott is coming out to make a pitching change.
Number 2.
Tyrese Mitchell is going to go play the field, I believe, and somebody else is going to pitch.
Daryl Jackson, number 2, will come into the ball game. So walks were again an issue for Morris. I think he had 4 walks. Definitely had a few. It was up there. Oh, wait, is that 16 pitching?
They took one of their players from the field and put him on the mound. The kid that came in, number 2, he's in the field.
Yeah. Yeah, Tristan Ellis. Correction, not Daryl Jackson. We do have some numbers on Tristan Ellis. He went 2.
You're going with Del Olschmidt as your answer, okay?
Tristan Ellis went 2 innings in the game on January 30th. And he gave up 4 hits, 1 run, which is earned. Didn't walk anyone, struck out 5. Those are some good numbers from Ellis. As there are 2 runners on. That'll be Gus Walker at second, Ross Christ at first. There's just 1 out, which was the Cooper Gussie flyout to second, which is Logan Raidman absolutely robbing him. And now it'll be Ellis pitching to Jonathan Kim coming up here momentarily. Should we relieve the suspense and give the trivia answer?
Let them in suspense.
All right.
Yeah, 3 walks by that Morris.
See what Kim can do. Nothing like a little late game 6-run rally. How about it?
So we've got a bevy of answers up here. Del Olschmidt and David Moyer.
Basically every manager you can think of has been thrown around as an answer. It's pretty smart when you think of it.
Well, CJ's first one had to do with Chuck Zeikert, and he said, well, you know, back in the early days, he didn't play many games, and he's right. But also Chuck has probably more than twice as many years managing as any of the other managers. Chuck Zeikert is our winner. He's got 333 wins. You were so close, CJ. Second on the list, Bill's guess was Dave Moyer. Dave Moyer second on the list with 265 wins. Tim Moyer so far is had 24 wins going into this year. He's got another 30 wins, so he's got 54 on the list. But it is Chuck Zeikert.
Tim. That's what I thought. I was a little confused when he said he only had 20-some.
Well, he got 30 this year, too, so that gives him 54.
Yeah, but he's been, this is his, yeah.
Well, that's.
What did he have, 12 wins those first 2 years?
Oh, that's why it's an old book.
That's the 2020 book.
We know Chuck Zeikert's number is going to stay the same. And once you know it, we tried to talk right through it. It didn't work. Kim flew out. Is that the more recent one?
Yes. You're here. You can find it.
You find it.
You're better
you
at finding
pull it
that
out.
stuff. Well, now it's on the ground.
Do your job.
You're the
intern. Get
I'm
to
doing
work.
my job. Now it's on the ground. You're going to pick it up.
You're going to pick it up. Do your job. You wanted to find out. Find out how many wins he has.
Well, we're just correcting your mistake. You weren't even close to being
good.
right.
Correct it then.
I
Look
can't.
it
It's
up.
on the ground.
Look it up.
can't. I'm busy. We got a ball game.
Concentrate on the game here. We got to hurry up. We need some runs. We need a clutch hit is what we need.
There's a
foul ball. Hit hard, but way foul.
Into the street. Oh, 2. Harry's been behind all night long. He's only reached base once, and that was back in the first inning.
A lot of his at-bats last night, he was sitting with an 0-2 count also.
See what he can do with 2 runners on. The 0-2 way inside. $6-0 ball game. The A's just want to get 1 across. Maybe 2, maybe 3. They're through the infield. That'll get 1 in. Uh-oh, the throw to second. Oh, no! Calling him out at second base. Runner wasn't going from third anyways, but it's still 6-0 as we head to the 8th.
I tell you, that was a fantastic play by the shortstop. You mentioned his name. I didn't catch it on my score sheet. Number 2, Daryl Jackson.
It is intense right here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, Tea Time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
All right, I found it. Tim Moyer, 56 wins coming into this year. So add 56 and whatever else we got from this year. Who? 161. That was Derek Lumens, 2015 to 2019, the manager before Tim. This would be a good trivia question. What is the most home runs by the A's given up in a game? I saw that in here since we're on a home run kick lately.
Ellis now the pitcher. He started off at shortstop, and he did get those last 2 outs in the 7th. Got a spectacular defensive play from Jackson, the new shortstop. It's amazing how that works. A couple of substitutes come. Well, Ellis not really a substitute, but moving from shortstop to pitcher got the job done, as
Same
did his
thing,
replacement at short, Jackson.
There's a crack, and that'll get through for a base hit, the 12th of the game. My goodness. Ellis with back-to-back singles. '29, Jonah Meidel. I remember that name. See what Meidel can do. Fresh name coming into the ball game. And fouls that one off as West Dallas once again has a leadoff batter on.
Done that a lot tonight.
Too many times.
Meidel in that game on June 30th was actually the leadoff hitter.
All right.
And in the June 2nd game, he batted second. That game, he had 3 hits.
Jeez.
So he's seen a lot of action.
Throw back, and it will be safe. I thought it was 0-1. I don't know. I thought there was just a little foul ball. Let's see if home plate umpire throws up a count. Yeah, I think that's a 1. It was a little hard to tell. I think it's 1-1.
I have trouble seeing those little digits.
He needs like little things he can pull out of his pocket. That's nice big numbers. 2-1. Yeah, it blurries it. Not a good word to use, but I'll use it.
CJ, did you ever put tape on your fingers so the pitcher could see how many fingers you're putting down? Maybe that's what the umpire should do. Grip the ball right. But maybe the umpire should do that so he can see how many fingers he's got up.
Oh, that's true, actually. I didn't even think of that. Runner going to second. He's going to have to trail back because that one's sky high. Harry Stelt coming back. And he makes, oh boy, barely. Ice cream cone stayed in there.
I think we're going to get an out even if he drops it because there would have been enough time to throw the runner out at second base. But Harry made it interesting.
See what Rodman can do. He has reached all 4 times, walked twice, singled, and had a fielder's choice.
He's also made a couple of real nice plays in the field.
Yes, he has, including robbing Cooper Gussie most recently. See if Days can get a double play and make it a nice quick inning here. Top of the 8th, I got to correct it on my thing. It's saying bottom 7. And the 1-0 from Doherty, crocked back foul. And it might stay in play, but just got a bad read on it there was Jurgensen. He was trailing right more, and then it curled back in play and landed on the grass.
Yeah, those are tough, and plus it's getting into that area of the field where the lighting isn't as good as out in fair territory. But, yeah, Jimmy had a tough read there.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. 1 error committed against West Allis. 1 is the number of runs we'd like to see Sheboygan score tonight at least. Runner going to second. They should have him here, but the throw, it's off a hop. Goes into center field and going over to third. The throw from Kim to Stelt way out of play, and now thinking about going home but holding up as that ball trails back.
Yeah, give Ellis a stolen base, and he goes to third on the throwing error by Schnell. He just didn't get a good grip on it. Couldn't make a good throw, and then Kim almost compounded matters by throwing it in almost away out and beyond third base.
Yeah, that could have been bad. It was a risky throw anyways.
Yeah, good point. CJ was saying if
One
we're
for the
down by
highlight
1,
reel.
that's not a good play. If you're down by 6, who cares?
I care, as you would say.
Well, you don't want to tack on more errors, that's for sure, but to take the chance, I guess, is what we're saying.
You never know. Don't know until you try. 2-2 count here to Rodman. Both teams now with an error. And the next pitch on the 2-2, and it was hit back foul. Nearly caught again.
Well, that's another one. That one was even harder because Jimmy had to contend with the fence.
Don't want to run into that bad boy. Neese, another injured player here for this A's squad, along with Zach Risen and Palmquist.
We were talking last night. Palmquist might be back, huh? Did you hear anything? Huh? Okay, good. Maybe we'll see Riley on the weekend.
Possibly, hopefully. Little grounder goes off the mound. That run is going to score, and it's an error as it just goes through the glove of Pettit.
West Allis was going to score either way, but boy, he'd love to get that second out.
Rodman reaches base once again. He's reached base in all 5 of his appearances tonight. as this is number 2 now. Daryl Jackson, all right. Let's see what happens with Daryl.
First pitch is up high and break out over the plate.
All the numbers point in favor of West Dallas here tonight. 7-0 they lead, 12 hits to 5, and also you look at runners left on base. Sheboygan has a lot more left on base than West Dallas, to say the very least. As Logan's going, he got a great jump. No throw necessary, as it's 1-1.
Bill and CJ very frustrated with the inability of Sheboygan pitchers to hold runners. Hopefully we'll see a better effort by the pitching staff on Saturday in that doubleheader.
Good. Okay, or not. What in the world? It's 2-1. Mac has not gotten the benefit of the doubt tonight with the strike calls. Holy cow. Looked like it was right down the middle. Now he throws a heater to attack him. Schnell with the mask in hand, drops it, it goes out, bounces in, it's caught at the Budweiser backstop.
Look at Schnell, what's he going to do right now? Look at your monitor, he picks up his mask, and that's what I was talking about with Madsen, the West Dallas catcher. When he went back, he never dropped the mask, he kept it in his hand. When Schnell did it, he dropped the mask, had 2 hands to try and make the catch, even though the ball was out of play. That's how you want to do it, get rid of the mask and make the catch.
Yeah, it's even easier then.
I thought that's what your hand is for.
Oh, rung him up on the outside pitch. Somehow got that call. He'll take it. Here comes the good old 0-0, Jacob Kaiser. The all-or-nothing man. He's got a double, a 3-run shot, and 2 strikeouts, both looking. Do you think you should say number 00, or do you just say 00? Because I think number 00 sounds odd.
I was thinking double aught. Jim Otto.
Well.
Oakland Raiders. Bill, you remember him. Me too.
Must have been a long time ago then. There's a strike. I do respect him. I'm just an honest man.
Doesn't sound like it to me. Does it sound like it to you? All right.
No, it's not insulting.
He's got more comebacks than Henny Youngman.
Make it 0-2. Matt gets that one.
We're all Rodney Dangerfield to Jordan. We get no respect.
Oh, whatever. You're the one throwing the books at me. Respect your interns. 0-2. Breaking pitch, fouled back. Into the street. No late softball action going on tonight. They're all gone.
They were all gone the other night when we were here at midnight.
Well, I wonder why.
Oh, my. That was a long night.
Got him, rung him up. Kaiser looked at all 3 strikes, and it's back-to-back Ks for Mac Doherty to end it as we head to the bottom half of the 8th. The A's need to make something happen as they trail by not 1, but 7 runs.
At North, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
last year's financial year. Excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Time for the bottom half of inning number 8. Things winding down here at Wildwood Park on golf night, no less, as Jacoby Andreas gets ready to lead things off. Harry Stelt was the third out in the last 2 times he appeared. It's a 7-0 ball game. The A's trail as West Dallas has scored 2 runs in the past 3 innings, expanded to 12 hits to just 5 of the A's, and the A's also have 2 errors now.
We were talking about hitting and tough luck. Jacoby is one of those guys. He's hit the ball fairly well all 3 times, but he has nothing to show for it. Probably the 2 most, the best plays that were could be termed stolen hits was Harry's line drive to first base. And who was that other kid for us that hit the line drive
Gussie.
to first base that was caught?
Oh, not Gussie.
Oh, no,
to
that
first.
was Cooper Gussie had the line drive to the second baseman.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what you were thinking of or not. Both very unfortunate, because if that Stilt ball gets through, the A's score 2 and they're right back into it.
Jimmy Jurgensen was the other one to first base.
There you go.
Jimmy and Harry to first and Cooper to second.
Andreas takes a walk. Nice to see the leadoff guy on. Who says a 7-run rally can't happen?
The key to a rally when you're 7 down is to get base runners and then get a couple of key hits, but you got to have the base runners first. That's why a lot of times in situations like this, it's the job of the batter to take at least a strike.
There you go. He took one. See what he does next. Jurgensen, an unfortunate 0 for 3 night. No lead at all for Andreas on first. There you go. Get that one past the first base line. And they're going to send him all the way to third. Cut off throw. And it's not in time. Safe. Runners on the corners with no one out. Here we go.
Nice base hit by Jimmy and a good base running by Andreas. He was running hard right as the ball was hit, and good job by actually West Dallas to make it semi-close at third.
Yes, I didn't even think it was going to be that close. But
I didn't even think he was going to throw it, but he did, and good job by the third base coach to get him down, and Jacoby slid in safe.
Conversation with Tristan Ellis is on your screen. You can see Jacob Neese, the first base coach tonight for the A's. Down with an injury a little while ago, as it's now Joey Pettit with runners on the corners, no one out. A's, they've cut the hit battle to it being in half. 12 hits for West Dallas, 6 for Sheboygan.
Kenny Nazy coaching third base. You see Tim Moyer over by the dugout area. I'm not sure why he's not coaching third
Yeah,
tonight.
he hasn't been coaching third all night.
Unless changing it up, a little bit of superstition.
I remember when they swapped first and third one night, and Tim was over at first. Strike. Hasn't worked so far, but maybe it's a little late magic. Well, we've had, 9 left on base? 7, 8? I don't remember what it is. Had the chances. Somehow that pitch just missed for 1-1 count.
What do you got, Bill? I got 9.
Breaking pitch stays up. Did Bill answer you?
He had 10, and I have 10.
Okay.
We better get a couple of these runs in. Two
2-1. Here to Pettit takes strike 2 down low. A's fans don't like it, but I agree with the call. Let's see, I think I saw number 28 warming up for West Allis. Antonio
Definitely somebody
Valdez.
over there, unless it's a couple of the kids.
No, that wasn't a kid. It was a jersey that said 28. Coming in on it is the right fielder. Do they send him? They do not. No outs, no force. No need to force
making
it.
a nice catch.
So that brings up Justin Schnell. Cooper Gussie still on deck. No, pardon me. That's going to be Riley Palmquist actually on deck now, number 23. That's 28 coming into the ball game. Antonio Valadez. So Tristan Ellis's night is done after he gets through a third of this inning. Left the runners on the corners, though. Valadez, oh boy, that's a good arm as he throws his first pitch for a strike. We got number 23 on deck. Gussie no longer in the ball game. Well, even if it's in limited action, it's good to see Palmquist getting back in the swing of things.
Yeah, Tristan Ellis got a third of an inning, or 2/3 of an inning, I should say, in the 7th. Now he gets one out here in the 8th, and he gets pulled. So he's pitched 1 inning, gave up a hit and a walk, no strikeouts, and to wait and see if any of these runs score. That would go on his record. This Valadez looks like he knows what he's doing.
I'd say. See, it might be their lead closer by the looks of it. You wouldn't expect that the Nationals would have to use 4 pitchers in a game they're leading 7-0, but sometimes that's just the way it goes.
Sometimes you manage for the next game, and
exactly.
One of the ways you do that is not let your pitchers go throw too many pitches that they're not available for the next game, whenever that might be for West Allis.
I can tell you West Allis's next game, it's going to be tough for them. They've got State League doubleheader this Saturday against Addison, and next weekend, State League doubleheader at Lombard. So it doesn't get any easier for these Nationals. First pitch to Schnell is a ball, and the second pitch is a ball as well.
Let's get some more base runners. You mentioned Palmquist on deck. Going to get an at-bat.
Good crowd tonight that's stayed here throughout most of the game. Only seen a few fans head out and leave. They believe in these late game rallies. They've seen enough walk-offs to know that it's not over till it's over at Wildwood Park.
This ball club has been very fun to watch throughout the season because of that ability to come back late in games.
They haven't from 7, though, that's for sure.
Not that much. It's been even worse, 8. Trouble is we were able to divide that up into 4 and 4.
That'll work, yep. It's not like they were down 8-0 and came back.
I guess last night in Major League Baseball, the Dodgers were down 6 late in the game and came back and won. Good eye by Schnell.
Ooh. Valadez wanted it. So did Rodman and Madsen.
There's only one out. Let's get some runs.
See if Jimmy runs it all on the full count, even though there's one out. I doubt he does, but you never know. And left it low. Base is juiced.
Did you get that today?
3 walks in the ball game for Justin Schnell. He's walked in Palmquist, yep. Riley Palmquist making his way back in the swing of things. Good to see. Had that wrist injury. He was throwing some BP the other day, threw to about 6 or so guys, Denny told us when he was up here, and now here he is. Palmquist with a late pinch hit AB with the bases juiced, And 1 out. Yeah.
April 19th is going to be the Snipe. That's the Sheboygan A's golf outing. That's held at Town and Country Golf Course. It's a Sunday affair, obviously, August 21st. August 19th. August 21st.
He said January before, so.
August 21st. It's a Sunday. A's golf outing, the Snipe. If you want more information, go to the Sheboygan A's website. It's a great event.
Palmquist has 10 RBIs on the year.
What's interesting is, you know, the years that they've had it, I think I've always had a group in there, but I could never get a group of umpires to do it. I'd pick and scrap with those guys. Come on, let's get a team together, you know, and they just wouldn't do it. I know. Give something back to the club.
That one's cracked back foul, just a little bit late on it. Now 2-2.
We will be the 68ers again.
Is that your age or golf score?
That's none of your business. Come to the event and find out.
Right. A little chopper just
does that
goes
mean
foul.
The gal I took to the graduation or the year? No, it wasn't.
Good for you. On the 2-2, left it up and in, full count.